All right, so here's our pelvis awareness video. So we talked about when we had you guys in before that our understanding and control and ownership of our pelvis and rib position is going to be super important. How our rib position changes the way our pelvis moves and rotates and how we feel and how we can efficiently load in our golf swing. So big thing first that we want to be able to do, can we anterior tilt our pelvis, posterior tilt our pelvis, right? So I want us to stand up nice and tall, practice that, posterior tilt, anterior tilt. Can we get good range in there? Again, when we're talking about that, we're talking about being unplugged and plugged in. So if I'm really arched, I'm gonna be unplugged. My transfer of energy through my midsection, my core, through to my upper body and arms isn't gonna be efficient. As soon as I tuck my pelvis, find that neutral and kind of stack my ribs over my pelvis, now I'm plugged in. So unplugged, plugged, think about that. As I'm plugged in, I'm gonna feel glutes and core more than if I was arched. Then we wanna get into our golf or athletic position. Again, same thing. Can I anterior tilt? And then can I posterior tilt? Some of us may be able to do that, but we got a lot of shake and bake, right? Again, that's gonna be, if we're usually in this extended position and then we try and lengthen those muscles alongside our spine, they're not gonna like that so much and they're gonna wanna hang on. So we wanna make sure that we can eventually get that nice and smooth. Again, some of us may be able to move, but not very much. So we wanna be able to really give you guys good range of motion and then the ability and ownership to be able to find that center and control it through there. So again, that's where you can kind of practice against something. Again, as soon as we kind of support ourselves, it takes away some of that tension through the spine. So this is gonna be a great one you guys can practice. You can also practice the pelvic tilting on the ground, arch your back, flatten your back. When I flatten, I like to exhale, because as I exhale, my ribs are gonna kind of come down and in. And I can use that to kind of help find that position. So you can play around with being able to do some of that stuff. Do a little test, retest, pop back up, back here, and hopefully you can move a little bit better and just get a little bit more awareness through there as well. So that's gonna be kind of stacking our ribs and everything. Now we're gonna go through torso and pelvic rotation. So when we're in our golf posture, we need to be able to really create good separation of our upper and lower body. So can I move my lower body without moving my upper body, without moving my lower body? So here, can I rotate? I don't care how far we rotate, even if it's only here. We don't want to see shrugging, right? So as I rotate, this shoulder comes low, this shoulder comes high, back and forth. Again, if you have a hard time with that, have somebody grab your hips. That usually cleans up that move a little bit, but that's also the easy one, a little bit easier than the other one. So now we're gonna go through pelvic rotations. This is where it gets a little trickier, a little tougher to find. Now, can I move my lower body without moving my upper body? Can I rotate my hips back and forth? Now, here's what we may see, right? We may see coming out like this, a little bit of hip hiking, but I want to be able to rotate. So this is where our pelvic position plays a major role in how well we rotate. If I'm really arched, so I'll show you guys this way. If I'm really extended and arched to my back and I start to rotate, right, I'm trying to do my best to kind of pull my hips around, but it looks like I'm just kind of throwing my butt out. Now, if I keep rotating and tuck my pelvis to position, you'll notice and see how I can rotate better through those hips. So again, this is kind of arched. This is where I'm in position. Now I got everything stacked. It's where it needs to be. I'm gonna be a lot more efficient and it's gonna feel better when I rotate and follow through in my downswing. Again, if I'm here, I'm gonna feel like maybe I'm a little arched, kind of slide my hip out of the way. All right, so pelvic position, super important, you guys, for your pelvic rotation and generating more power and awareness in our golf swing as well. So practice that stuff. Again, you can even go up against the wall, grab something, stabilize yourself, find position, tuck, and then rotate back and forth. So give that a go, keep on practicing that stuff, supported, super easy to do, get more reps in there, really become a lot more aware of how you're supposed to move through there, and hopefully that helps you guys when you're on the golf course.